Hello and welcome to our channel, Top 10s You Should Know. Today's topic might not feel good. In fact, it might sting a little because we're talking about truths, financial truths that are hard to swallow, uncomfortable to admit, but absolutely necessary if you want real freedom. You see, sometimes the advice we need isn't sugar-coated. Sometimes it's blunt, brutal, even a little painful. But if you're serious about breaking out of survival mode and stepping into wealth, these are the truths that will save you. So take a breath. Be open. Let this hit you where it needs to, because painful awareness is still better than comfortable ignorance. Let's get into the top 10 financial truths that hurt but will save you. 1. If you're always broke, it's not just the economy, it's your habits. Yes, inflation is real. Wages are stagnant. But if you constantly find yourself broke, year after year, it's time to stop blaming the system entirely and start looking at your decisions. What you buy, what you avoid, what you tolerate. It's hard to admit that you're the common denominator in your money problems, but until you do, nothing will change. Habits like impulse spending, not budgeting, ignoring debt, they quietly sabotage you. This truth stings because it demands accountability. But once you own your part, you can change your direction. 2. You can't afford to wait until you feel ready to start investing. The market isn't going to wait for you to feel confident. Time is your biggest asset when it comes to wealth, and every year you delay investing is money lost forever. Most people wait because they don't understand the market or think they need thousands to start. That's a lie. You can start with as little as $10. The painful truth? Waiting until you feel ready is just procrastination disguised as caution. Start small, start messy, but start now. 3. Your income doesn't matter. If you spend everything you make, you can make 100 calories a year and still be broke if your lifestyle keeps expanding with every raise. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's a sneaky, comfortable trap. It feels good to finally afford nicer things, but if your savings rate doesn't grow with your income, you're not building wealth. You're just living more expensively. The truth is, wealth isn't about what you earn, it's about what you keep. 4. Debt feels normal, but it's not freedom, it's slavery with a smile. Most people treat debt like it's a tool or a necessary evil. And yes, not all debt is bad, but let's be real. Credit card debt, car loans, buy now, pay later plans, they're chains. The worst part is they come wrapped in convenience and rewards points, so you barely feel the trap until it's too late. Freedom doesn't live in minimum payments, it lives in ownership. That new iPhone isn't worth 5 months of stress. This truth hurts because we're taught to normalize debt from a young age. It's time to unlearn it. 5. No one is coming to save you. Financial security is your job. You might be waiting on a raise, a stimulus check, a rich spouse, or some magical breakthrough. But here's the truth. You are your own backup plan. Hoping for rescue delays the work you need to do. You don't need a lottery ticket. You need discipline, strategy, and consistency. The sooner you stop waiting for a savior and start building your own safety net, the sooner you step into real power. 6. If you don't track where your money goes, you'll always feel behind. Most people say they kind of know where their money goes, but kind of knowing leads to kind of being broke. Money doesn't disappear, it gets spent. If you never track it, you'll always feel like you're playing catch up, wondering why your account's empty. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about clarity. When you track every dollar, you stop guessing and start winning. 7. Being cheap won't make you rich. Being intentional will. Let's be honest, how many times have you skipped the $4 coffee or reused a tea bag to save money, only to later drop $80 on things you didn't plan for? Here's the painful truth. Being cheap isn't the same as being smart with money. Some people pride themselves on pinching every penny, but they miss the bigger picture. Saving 50 cents while ignoring a $500 recurring expense or a missed investment opportunity is like fixing a leaky faucet while your kitchen's on fire. Being cheap is reactive, it's fear-based. Being intentional is strategic. It means asking, does this purchase bring real value to my life or future? It's knowing when to spend and when to walk away. Some of the wealthiest people still buy quality over quantity, but they also don't hesitate to invest in their skills, their peace of mind, or their long-term goals. Being cheap often leads to burnout, resentment, and, ironically, more waste. Intentionality, on the other hand, gives you power, clarity, and freedom. It's the difference between guilt and purpose. The truth is, you can't penny pinch your way to wealth, but you can plan and prioritize your way there. And that starts by being bold enough to say, I'm not just trying to save, I'm trying to build. 8. If you surround yourself with financial chaos, you'll absorb it. Here's something most people don't realize. Your financial life is heavily shaped by your environment, especially your social circle. If you spend your time around people who constantly live paycheck to paycheck, make excuses for bad money habits, glorify spending, or mock saving and investing, guess what? Their mindset rubs off on you, slowly, quietly, but powerfully. It's not about judgment, it's about influence. Maybe they encourage retail therapy when you're stressed. Maybe they joke about being broke as if it's cool. Maybe no one in your circle talks about building wealth because they've already accepted financial struggle as normal. That environment becomes your emotional blueprint. The truth? You absorb the financial energy you're exposed to. If everyone around you thinks debt is fine and budgeting is boring, it takes real strength to resist that pull. But here's the good news. You can choose to curate your circle. You don't have to cut off friends, but you can add new voices, books, podcasts, YouTubers, mentors who make financial empowerment feel normal, even exciting. 9. Budgeting isn't restricting, it's reclaiming your power. Most people avoid budgeting because it feels like punishment, like you're putting your money in a cage. But that's a lie. Budgeting is the opposite of restriction. It's liberation. It means you decide, not your impulses. It means your future is guided by intention, not chaos. The painful truth? If you don't tell your money where to go, it will find somewhere to disappear, and it won't ask for your permission. 10. Wealth takes time, and most people quit right before it starts working. We want fast results, viral success, quick flips, but the truth? Wealth building is slow, sometimes boring, often invisible, and in that silence, many people give up. They stop investing because it feels like nothing's happening. They quit budgeting after one tough month. But compound growth is always working, quietly. You just have to stay long enough to see it. If you don't quit, you win. Yeah, that probably wasn't easy to hear. But that's the thing about truth. It hurts before it heals. These 10 truths might sting, but if you let them sink in, they can literally save your financial future. Which of these hit you the hardest today? Which one are you ready to face? Let us know in the comments. We truly want to hear your journey. If this video woke something up in you, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Top 10's You Should Know. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is face what you've been avoiding. See you in the next